All right. Ready?
Indeed.
Oh, is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi,
This is why I can't
everybody.
be near the buttons.
Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics. We have some announcements for you. Tonight, it's just
Asshole
Asshole
Risen
and I.
taking over the show. We chased BoomerRex off, gave him the COVID.
Yeah.
Barnabus, start the coup.
No, he wasn't feeling well tonight, so we needed to do something anyway because we've been trying to get more into the habit of, even if one of us is sick, the show must go on.
Right.
So tonight we have some videos for our YouTubers of us playing video games while we're giving you this update. We don't have any news for you tonight. Well, we have a lot of news for you tonight.
We have news for us. We don't know what you idiots did to each other. But you should feel bad about it, I'm
but
sure.
you'll have to wait for our regular news report for tomorrow. So we will have our Patreon set up by this weekend. I'm working hard on it. I don't know if it'll work right now if you go to it, but you're more than welcome to. It's BoomerRexTonight. I don't believe there's any spaces, but I'll double check that for you, and we'll add a link to our YouTube, and I think there's a way I can add a link in our Podbean. I'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. We have lots of fun deep dives planned. I know we've been talking about deep dives and we haven't done any a bit. Things have been crazy with the holidays, of course.
It's been the holidays and we lazy.
Oh my God, so lazy.
And we got the Rona.
Well,
be nice.
And my son was here. Sleep.
Probably gave us the Rona.
Was hanging out with us. Actually, he was. I think we had it before he got here, like for surezies, because I was not feeling well, and your dad wasn't feeling well beforehand. So, anyway, it is what it is. So Sleet was here, so he was our Gen Zer for.
And he didn't eat any Tide Pods.
Yeah, no, not a single Tide Pod. We are. I am so very proud I raised him properly. That it's important as a parent to know that your child is not interested.
Or that
in
milk crate shit.
Pods. Oh my God. Yeah, no.
I'm
luckily,
glad you break your bones.
Luckily, my son is not very outgoing, shall we say. He's not all about like, let's try this new different thing.
He's not doing dumb shit for clout.
He's more about, can we just
right.
do the thing that we usually do that's fine? Like, it's fine. Like, let's just do that. He'll play new video games and stuff, but that's, a whole different thing. We also have a new segment for y'all. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it bi-weekly or monthly. I haven't really decided yet, but
no, Barnabas, not a human centipede segment. Put your sewing kit back.
So this new segment is going to be called Powerful Women Throughout History. Now,
that's the only noise I make.
I don't want all you guys to get up on a soap, box.
I want you to get up on milk crates and fall down and break
about
shit.
men of history. The reason why I'm doing this
Open
is
any history book.
because there are so many women throughout history that you might not have even heard the names of, that you might not even know, or that have done these incredible things that are just so intriguing and interesting that we have to discuss them. So,
and somehow history has an amazing ability to have somehow forgotten most of them.
Oh gosh,
or just blur through them.
Just going through and searching, for powerful women or strong women in history, I found at least 2 women just in the course of 20 minutes of looking that were denied the Nobel Prize, even though they were directly involved in the research that got the 2 men or 3 men or whatever the Nobel Prize. And because they were women, they just were just no, just over there.
You mean the Nobel Committee was afraid they were going to have one of those women's periods on it?
Oh God, forgive it. It's just terrible. We cannot even discuss this. So that's why we're doing the Powerful Women. Now our deep dives are going to focus on, normal things that we would deep dive. So I'm not trying to be sexist or feminist or whatever. It's just fun and exciting, and I think you guys will enjoy it. We are going to do a January 6th discussion. I was thinking of doing a deep dive, but do you know what? There are people who have done deep dives on this and have done a much better job than I could ever do.
Oh, for sure.
So I think it's better. I'm going to kind of refresh my brain, re-listen to some podcasts and rewatch some videos and stuff. And
for sure there are good ones, not for sure they're better than yours. Just want to make sure that was...
They're aggressively better than mine because they have so much more time to do research.
I just want to make sure I wasn't agreeing with that part. But there are some very good case studies on it.
Yeah, there's this one podcast that just blew my mind. Fuck. Where's my phone?
It's The Assault on America.
Yes, it's called The Assault on America. It's by Robert Evans. Robert Evans is phenomenal. I listened to several of his podcasts. But anyway, so I suggest you listen to it. And it's just got a lot of information, like a lot of information. It's like an 8-part series or something. Yeah. Each part's about
a different aspect of it.
Yeah, different. So what led up to it, what the different things are. So again, there's so much more information in that than I could ever personally give you. So listen to that. But we're going to have a discussion.
So come back on Friday and listen to that.
We're going to have a discussion about J6 tomorrow night, just to, because we want to mention it and the deaths and the horrible things that occurred and what this has done to our nation. Since it happened, because we have really split, I feel like, more than
the
than
causes
ever before.
of it. Because one of the things I find so interesting is the fact that the number one through line of the people who actually showed up and took the Capitol, because they're not the usual suspects, right? They're not fucked up like America fucked them over types. They're real estate agents. All of them, or nearly all of them.
No, there's a couple of tragic people in there, but not as many as you'd think.
No. Yeah. But the thing that drove them, or when you look at them, the most likely cause is too strong a word, but the single correlating factor most significantly attached to it is they live in zip codes where white people are leaving. And so they are very much aware of ethnic makeups of their town and how that's changing, and humans, as we know, beloved of the change. Yeah. We totally don't freak out all the time over pretty much nothing.
No, I couldn't even tell you. Every time I've moved, because in a 1-year period, I moved 4 times in a 1-year period. Shit.
Apparently cause a ruckus.
No, 3 times. Hold on. I moved to Florida, moved to another house in Florida, then moved out here. That's 3. Yeah. I can count. We're good. 3 times. Yeah. Which is a lot.
Fair.
That's a lot. And I had moved 4 times in, I think it was 4 years at that point, because I had moved. Yeah. So, anyway, a lot of moving for me for the last 6 years of my life. It's been pretty crazy. But yeah, it's amazing what it, the uncertainty of what's on the other end of that move, right? Like, you have everything planned out, you know where you're going, you got a plan, but it's still like, you're driving, you're on the road, and you're like, oh my God, like, is this really gonna work out? And you like get goosebumps.
One of those times you really understand that old prayer about,
and
God
the back of your head, you have that little voice. Everybody's got a little voice. You don't fucking deny it. I know you got a little voice, but that little voice that's just screaming at the top of its lungs. Ah!
You're gonna die and wreck all your stuff.
It's bad.
No, driving cross country loaded up with all my stuff is when I really did come to understand that old prayer about, God, look out for me, because your ocean is so big and my boat is so small.
Yes, aggressively.
And I have packed it with all the things I like.
But again, like, we're talking change, and change is terrifying for people. And this is just one person's example of what change does in the back of my head when I'm doing things. Let's see. We've also, did I mention this already? I don't know. We decided to switch to Monday through Friday.
No, you haven't told me
I
that.
didn't think so.
So there's some news for you, the internet.
Yeah. So
nearly daily, we're really leaning heavily on that.
Yeah, no, we
still do more shows than the Daily Show, but
oh God. Well,
I don't know, did they go back?
Well, what happens is on the weekends we tend to, there's absolutely no news on Sundays.
Sundays are the worst.
Saturday news is kind of
Well, Saturday is the only thing slightly.
And then Monday news is so we might actually start throwing in some of these deep dives for our Monday, if it's slow. But the good thing is that worst case scenario, we can catch you up on the Saturday, Sunday news on Monday.
It'll take like 2 minutes now.
Yeah. So again, we'll have to figure out something. But we've decided that Monday through Friday would be better, because we'd love to do this every day, and we've really been enjoying doing it nearly every day.
Doing enough interesting news stuff.
But what happens is one of us will not feel good, and instead of just powering through, because we know we're going to have to do it tomorrow and the day after and the day after. We just figure we'll be able to be more consistent with a Monday through Friday routine. And then we can force ourselves through, even if somebody's not feeling good. We can say, no, we're going to do an episode like this or something else. So anyway, we promise Monday through Friday. There's, unless, somebody dies or something, there's no reason why we shouldn't have episodes for you.
If they die, it's easy enough to get them on the show.
You want me to do a seance? I'll bring out the Ouija board.
Barnabus, I'm gonna need those ropes and pulleys again.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Tomorrow we will also have the results of my Dark Factor test. Ooh. We were talking about that. Yep. It's actually not as interesting as you think. For me.
Crazy is our reason. Spoiler warning, very. In a good way, with love and kindness.
All the love. I also will be getting all dolled up for a photo shoot.
Photo shoots.
Hoping to get you guys some new pictures. So hopefully we can get that done for this weekend. But I'm not making any promises because, every time I'm like, nope, we're just going to do a thing, something fucking happens. And anyway, I'm going to try to figure this out. If I can't get it by this weekend, hopefully I'll be able to do it next weekend, or just fucking have asshole here just fucking take pictures of me. We'll figure it out. But we're also I talked about the Patreon.
Yep. So now you really can give us money for an airship, the internet. You're welcome.
No, we're getting there to airship status. That's gonna happen. So we'll tell you about the Patreon levels. You might be able to go look them up now, the ones that I have saved. I'm not sure. I really trying to figure out this Patreon thing has been difficult at best.
Yay, learning.
Yeah.
Learning is fun. It doesn't seem very fun from across the room when I'm watching you grind your teeth.
No, it's almost as bad as remember when we did the Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah.
And none of the information, and
yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to in your women throughout history.
No, because a friend of mine said, you should do Pocahontas. And I was like, I'd rather shoot myself in the head, because I know that time frame, there is no information. I know I'm going to find conflicting stories. That part of history, you need to look kind of to the left or the right of. You can never look directly at it, because it's all wrong. It's all wrong. None of it's true. We don't know what's true. Some of it might be true. I don't know. You don't know. There's no way to ever know. Nobody fucking knows. That's all I'm saying. Is that people are bad, and some of these reports are from 30 years later. So, no, I don't believe any.
And I'm sure there wasn't an agenda.
No, not at all. No agenda. Nope.
No. Nope. I'm sure it was just the Salem witch trials. That was all a real estate scam. Mm-hmm. But no. The early American history, totally devoid. It was all, you can't say it was good motivations, because... No.
What I'd really love is to talk to, for realsies, Native American that might actually have some information here. That could be fun. They might actually have information.
I think you're wildly in the wrong state for any natives that would...
be willing to have a conversation with me.
Ancestral story about...
Fair.
That time we should have drowned them all in the surf.
Well, the White Devils, yeah. Aggressively, for jerseys. But let me give you just a quick feel for some of these women that we're going to be discussing. Let's see, Catherine the Great.
That is fun.
Oh my gosh, she is so talked about. She's so underrated. She was such an interesting woman.
I'll have to run down. I think it's Netflix. I'm not even sure it's the same Catherine, but still, it looked funny.
Yeah, fair. Let's see. Sacagawea, that's always fun. Dorothea Dix.
Nothing about this unit.
Yeah, no, she had some interesting stuff, and I can't wait to talk about it. I don't want to give you guys too much, but let's
African Empress.
Sojourner Truth.
Oh.
She was an interesting person. Claudette Colvin.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got some cool stuff.
The young lady that wasn't Rosa Parks, because that was going to be a wildly harder sell.
Exactly.
Single
no,
mom's
so
not attractive.
so just a sneak
50s.
peek on her. She was the first Black woman to refuse to give up a seat 9 months before Rosa Parks, who was planned. That was all staged, which is sad because we were raised that she was this amazing and she did this thing and no.
I mean, she did this amazing thing, but
no, it definitely made a difference, but it's just sad to learn that like maybe she wasn't as amazing as you thought.
I think the civil rights movement is the American civil rights movement is as vulnerable to falling into American mythology as any other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of my favorite things was the right or wrong. I think politically it was good to not use Claudette Colvin because that was going.
She was too young, yeah. And that was
she was a young unwed mother. That was not going to play well in '60s America to fucking square white folks.
Was she a mom? I thought she was like 15. Anyway, we'll look into it. We'll get you all that information, and it should be a lot of fun. So these are just some names that I threw out. I have like a whole list. It's like 2 pages to get us started, and then I'm thinking that as I start digging into these, that other ones are going to pop up, right? So I have a general list to start with. If you know of a woman or a person in general from history who is underrated or underknown, and you would like me to do a deep dive on them or to add them to our list of powerful women, please do. So I think that's it. I think that's all the information we have for you this evening. Again, tomorrow night will be a lot more exciting because hopefully Boomer Rex will be feeling better and we'll be able to get into some serious discussions about January 6th and what it has done to the country since it happened, because a lot has changed.
Now, and we're still being told about it. One of the Fox News idiots was complaining that Nancy Pelosi didn't list Ashley Babbitt as one of the heroes of January 6th, and like she was on the other side.
She wasn't a hero.
I know.
She was the villain who got shot in the head
for failing to follow simple instructions from the law enforcement.
Oh no.
If only she had followed instructions.
If only she had done what she was told and not broken that window and then
all of it.
And then also not continued to try to break into the room after she was told multiple times to back away or
by a human being holding a gun.
She would be shot. And this was to protect people's lives, because if that
It was to protect everyone, because if it looked like they were going to lose the door, the Secret Service agents were going to open fire regardless of the law enforcement officers in front of them.
No, we are so lucky that only she got shot. Like, this could have ended.
Yeah, that no one listened to Lindsey Graham when he was screeching about how we gave you guns, use them. Okay, but they've got maybe, let's be generous and say they got 60 rounds each.
Yeah, there was a lot more than 60 more people there. And I promise you, they're not shooting. In that type of chaos, you're not going to get one-for-one hit.
Human beings within 100 meters of their target will not stop even in the face of heavy artillery bombardment, which they couldn't do.
No, and I think
they will rush you.
I think the smartest things that the security people did was not fire.
Yep.
Because as much as I hate it, and as much as while I'm watching this, I'm like, why aren't they just shooting all these idiots? Because they were wildly outnumbered. They were wildly underprepared.
You would need multiple helicopter gunships to make that a safe game.
And somebody kept the National Guard from going. So we're going to look into all that, and because there is some information about what happened with that.
Yeah, we do have a clearer view now than we did a year ago.
So anyway, it'll be a fun discussion, so please come back.
A year ago, they hadn't even started, Yeah, they had. I was going to say, for our time, they hadn't even started pushing the rioters out, but...
So, anyway, we hope you, on our YouTube, have enjoyed watching me play video games. I think what are we at?
18 minutes.
Okay, so...
That's why I wanted to talk before you chopped the videos, because, I agree with you, Hitman is a delightful game if you're playing it or in the room, but it does not watch well.
I adore Hitman, but here's part of my problem with Hitman, is that when you're looking for, exciting parts, there's there's just not.
Those are very few and far between.
There's just not a lot of exciting parts.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a bald man in a hallway demo.
I mean, if we could go back to Hitman 2, to that little hall, like that little place where I was just murdering.
We're not going to the Valley of Hammers again. Barnabus, get the trank gun. She's talking about hammers again.
I love it. For those of you that don't know, there is the Legend of the Hammer for RisenLadyHeathen, and I'm gonna have to post that on my RisenLadyHeathen YouTube.
Risen lost her temper.
It's hysterical. No,
a lot of people paid for it.
So he introduced me to Hitman. Was it Hitman or Hitman 2? Was the first one that you showed me? The one with the boat.
That's the newer one. So I probably like Hitman 5. It's the reboot of the Hitman series.
Yes. So it was Hitman.
Yeah.
But it's anyway. So I was at the training stage level, which is just a yacht in a room. And so I go in and I find this hammer and I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And I'm having a hard time with this because I've never played a sneaky game like this. I'm used to playing like first person shooters where you just go in and kill everybody.
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Stuff that doesn't have a lot of, now put on his clothes. Now drag the naked person.
Well, and at this time we were playing a lot of COD.
Yep.
So
very much a shift of gears.
So for me it was very, very awkward to have to like sneak around and you knock people out. But you can't kill them. You can only knock them out. You can only kill your target, which was weird.
And then fast forward to Marrakesh, and she kept getting spotted.
No. I was. This is the Legend of the Hammer. I was wandering around the boat, and I found a hammer. And I just said, fuck it, because I was so frustrated with the whole situation. And I just started murdering fools with the hammer. And I just bang, bang, bang. And then I'd run away.
It's got to be awkward at HR later. Like, you got to walk by everyone who was on your team.
So this became a whole thing. So if you've ever seen any of my Twitches, which probably none of you have, but it became this whole thing of like, every time I would play Hitman, I would make sure I had a hammer. And every now and again, I would just beat someone with a hammer.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of, is that time Karen kept witnessing you breaking into wherever.
So there was this one scene where you're in like a crowded marketplace, yeah. And I'm in this little back alley, and I'm trying to get into this room that can only be accessed from the outside, and this bitch kept being snitchy. So I go through this about 8 times, and on, I think, the 5th time, I say fuck it, and I just start clearing the street. I kill Karen with the hammer, and then I just start spraying down all the civilians, because I'm like, you snitchy bitches need to die.
Any one of you could have stopped her from being all snitchy. You chose not to. Everyone had a hand in this. Remember, we're all guilty.
So that's the Legend of the Hammer. So you'll see in this Hitman 3 that I'm playing, I find a hammer and it goes right into my pocket. I don't kill anybody with it yet, but...
yet. Even piece of that.
It's gonna happen.
How many links did it take to get the center of Risen's crazy? 8, apparently.
Alright, so if y'all liked this and you enjoy having, our YouTubers specifically, if you enjoy having the game in the background, let us know. Because we can just throw that in there every now and again for funsies. If you're listening to us on podcast, please, check out our YouTube, BoomerRexTonight. Can't miss us. We're BoomerRexTonight on everything, except for Twitter. Twitter, it's at BRex. At BoomerRexTonight, I think.
Okay.
I'll have to double check. But
we're obviously very good at our social medias.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I write all this shit down and then it gets buried in my notes and then I have to dig through it and find it again. Yes, at BoomerRexTonight for our Twitter. Capital B, capital R, capital T tonight. So, and... remember, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Stitcher, Podbean, and Listen Notes. So all your favorites. I'm trying to add more.
Soon to be Patreon and OnlyFans.
Yep, OnlyFans.
It's not all porn. It's probably mostly porn. No, I just say things.
What are you gonna do, an OnlyFans of my feet while we're doing the show?
Fuck, that'd probably make money.
Probably would. All right, if you guys want to see that and you're willing to pay, what, $5?
I don't know.
a show.
Yeah.
To see my feet.
Yeah, we'll
have
our stuff on food, whatever you're into, the internet.
We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. So let us know, and maybe we'll do an OnlyFans of my feet, because that's all you're getting, motherfuckers. You creepers. I don't care what you do with my feet. That's all. It's all on you.
We'll just use Barnabas's feet and see how long it takes.
I don't shame people. If you like feet, you want to see my feet.
Be what you're into.
We're fucking all about it. So.
Don't be creepy about it, but don't be creepy about most things.
You know what? Just ask politely, okay? And you'd be surprised. Yeah. Like don't be a creeper about it. Don't be weird about it. Just don't be like, hey,
that pickup artist shit.
I'm kind of into feet. Would you mind sending me a picture of yours? And the answer is probably going to be, yeah. Watch out for my fucked up, big toe on my left side, because
first my Venmo is this.
Walmart fucked up my toe, and I'm still
you start putting money in. I'll start taking my shoes off.
Fair. All right, this has been a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed this. Yeah. This was really cool.
No, I was worried it was gonna be like 4 minutes, and then that's why when you're sitting there like
you're
stitching the video
we
together.
Need to talk about this. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about whatever. And I'm like, shit, that does not seem like a lot. I was like, we need to stretch this out, but it didn't. It stretched itself out. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. So thank y'all. If you enjoyed this, let us know. If you didn't enjoy this, let us know that also. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcasting service, check us out on YouTube. Don't forget to go to our Facebook, BoomerRexTonight, no spaces, because I had to switch over, and I'm going to change the other one back to my fake name. Fuck y'all. Fair. Because I want to separate the two.
Fair.
Because they made me do this business one. And
lame.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing now. We're just going for it. So I probably sent y'all an invite to it already, those of you who are already on our Facebook. So this is the last switch, I promise. This business
I call bullshit
Facebook
right now, the internet.
is the one.
This is the last switch on that front.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is the last
we're definitely
Facebook
gonna change
switch.
Some stuff.
But no, we've got a lot of exciting ideas. And wait till you see our Patreon. It's pretty fucking cool. I'm pretty proud of it. We spent 3 days just haggling. How should we do this and how should we do that? And so anyway, we love you all.
Good morning, good night, good afternoon. Whenever you're listening to this, just know that we love you. Try and be a little bit more chill.
And we'll be back tomorrow night on BoomerRexTonight.
You're nearly daily.